Good morning, sports investors. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, the nation's #1 sports investment firm. I'm your host, three-time Las Vegas Sporting News handicapping champion winner, Jerry Hendel. I'm joined in the studio, as usual, by Bobby Edwards. Bobby's our underdog king and Big East specialist. Bobby brought a couple of nice winners last week and a couple of nice underdogs. Troy plus 9.5 over Southern Miss. That was one of our big games. An outright 6-point winner over Southern Miss, and he is absolutely on fire. Also, Texas A&M plus 2 over Auburn. They trounced Auburn 29-16. The Browns Sunday plus 6 over the Ravens, only losing by 5, leading most of the game and just getting nipped at the buzzer. Bobby is on fire with his underdogs, and also let's not forget the Falcons on Sunday night against the Raiders. We were absolutely on fire with underdogs, and we're going to hear from Bobby in a couple of minutes. But before we get to the show, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and give us a call right now. We got a couple of great specials plus some free games. I'm going to give everybody for calling today absolutely free. Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida, Tennessee, and LSU, Auburn. Those are 3 premier matchups, and you're going to get them absolutely free today, but you have to pick up the phone. I can't call for you. Give us a call right now at 888-484-4626. That's 1-888-484-G-MAN, 888-484-4626. Give us a call right now for 3 free winners today. Also for tomorrow in the NFL, you're going to get the winner of the Broncos-Bengals, the Cardinals-Bills, and the Chargers-Colts. So give us a call. Winners for everybody, college and pro. Just for caller, we're going to make you some free money. Again, the number is 888-484-4626, 888-484-G-MAN. Now, if you want to listen to this show in its entirety, you can go to the website. The website has the show posted right now at www.jerrywins.com, www.jerrywins.com. While you're there, Joe Madrano's got his guaranteed pick available. Click on Pay If You Win with Joe at www.jerrywins.com. Also, for you smaller players, last week, a couple of people, they liked the $3.99 special, but, for you guys that bet $40, $50 a game or $100 a game, we're going to do a special this month, $2.99 for the month instead of $3, so you're saving an extra $100. Ask for the 30-day special for $299. That's $9.96 a day. You spend more than that on a cup of coffee and a donut at Starbucks. So again, from month to service, $299. If you're a small player and you want to get your feet wet, just ask for the $2.99 special, and we'll get you on that. Also, the $80,000 bankroll games continue to be red hot with Western Michigan, Troy, and the Houston Texans last Sunday. If you want the $80,000 bankroll games and you want to turn 1,000 into 8,000 today or 10 into 80, use code 777 when you call in. You'll speak to me, Bobby, or Joe. We'll get you on the $80,000 bankroll games. Again, code 777 for the $80,000 bankroll games. Again, the number is 1-888-484-G-MAN, 888-484-4626. Bobby, last weekend, everybody thought it was easy this year, because the first week or two, the public won a little bit. Last weekend, the public got crushed on Sunday on the pros. Out of the 5 biggest games that they bet, they lost 3 out of 5, which means they only won 2 out of 5. The public hit 40%, which is about normal for the public to hit. And now it's getting to where I guess they're going to need our help this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, this time, Jerry, every time, first couple of weeks, the public is going to do what they always do. They're going to play on their own. It's amazing how when they call us, they say, Bobby, I just want your free games. I'm going to look at my games and compare them to what you have. And I always say, well, that's kind of defeating the purpose. We do a show for people to come on board, pay us so they can get our picks and make more money than they would if they bet on their own.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the purpose of the show. I mean, you're not going to call us and bet $50 a game. I mean, you could, but if you're paying somebody who's a professional handicapper, you want to make, take advantage of the information that we get, and you want to play more than that. I mean, even if you were on your own in the stock market, you probably wouldn't put as much into it unless you had a broker.
Right.
So we're like brokers. If you're going to pay somebody like myself to give you winners, why not take advantage of it and bet more than you would on your own? That's the whole purpose of why we do the show, is to get people to bet more than they normally would.
And reduce their risk.
Yeah, and reduce their risk. So, I mean, unless you're sitting, Monday through Saturday, Sunday, putting 10 hours a day into picking games, well, then you probably have your own show. But you do whatever you do for a living, and you call us today and you want our games because you're not going to win on your own. It's impossible. That's why Vegas looks like it does, because, people don't win. I mean, if people won a lot of money, Vegas would still look like it did in the 50s. But,
it doesn't.
Like pretty much a desert. So, it's kind of common sense. If you want to make money betting on sports, there's a few ways to go about it. Definitely definitely not playing on your own is one of them. That's why we do the show. So pick up the phone, call us. Let's start making money on these games. Don't wait another couple of weeks. Don't think you're going to do it on your own and be able to, magically get a system. There's no system out there where the public wins. We have systems where we have, retiring jersey theories and other trends that are better than 50%. But that's basically all they are. So you need to call us and get on board so you can get into a rhythm of picking more winners than losers and starting to build your bankroll. 888-484-4626 is the number to do that. Now we have specials. What do we got? $299
for a month.
So today, folks, $299. You get 30 days of service. So you're going to speak to myself, Jerry, Joe, all right, and you're going to be able to get 30 days of service. Now you're not going to get 5 games a day. It'll probably work out to where you get a game or two a day, and that's because on a day like today where there's 62 games, you're going to get more than one game. Now, if you're doing the $80,000 bankroll game, those are an entirely different animal. Those are, picks that are not only mine and Jerry's, but probably 5 or 6 other contacts that collectively we put our heads together and we come up with that one big play. If you just took my daily picks online are hitting probably 58%. But if you want something that's way better than that, something where you're getting a lot of good information from, not just from me, again, those are something where you could put 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. And there's people out there that are betting our games already this early in the year for $20,000 to $30,000.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a guy in Vegas out there with me, and this guy was with me the whole step of the way, and he was betting $20,000 on a game, $40,000 on a game. He had $60,000 on the Atlanta play. So there's a lot of ways to make money doing this. It's not all about $50 games, but if you want to really make money on something, again, you need a professional, somebody who's done this for a lot of years. I've done it since 1988 professionally. Prior to that, I did a little bookmaking. Prior to that, I bet on my own. Jerry, pretty much the same thing. So,
83.
Yeah, between us, we got over 100 years of experience between Joe Madrano also. So there's not much that happens in the sports betting world that we don't know about. Doesn't mean we're perfect. I mean, we know this is.
Florida State 62-20 or something. Listen, we don't win every game. No. We got crushed in that game.
Yeah, we get hit over the head every now and then. I mean, the Giants let us down. I mean, that was
kicking a field goal at the end.
You can't believe that the Giants couldn't have won by 4 or 5 points at home. So against New Orleans was a crappy defense. But hey, that's why they call it gambling. If it was perfect, we wouldn't need a radio show, right, Jerry?
Yeah, we'd be out there just standing online.
I'd be building my own casino. So, but getting to perfect or getting to even 75% takes a lot of work, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of knowledge. Yeah. You need to look at these trends. If a line goes up with a team that's home, what does that mean? If the public is burying a team on the road and the line goes down, what does that mean?
Right.
If you know what that means, then you probably don't need to call us. But if you have no idea what that means, there's things that are going on behind the lines, no pun intended, let's say behind the scenes, where you don't really know what's going on, and that's why you look at all these games, especially in college football. The odds makers are always figuring out ways to throw out numbers that are going to throw off the average person out there. In other words, the public. Jerry and I, we look at these. We know what the trap games are. We see a certain line and we scratch our head and we go down. That line is way off.
Yeah.
And out of all these games, like last weekend, there were a few that stuck out where there were games where the lines were just way off. Yeah. So, unless you're sitting where we are or you pay us, then you're with us. So that's what we want. We want people that are going to pay us. That's what we do. Obviously, we bet the games also, but we're running a business here. So we want people to come on board, whether it's $299, whether it's $1,000 to get the $80,000 bankroll games, or bring everything you have. This isn't, you don't have to just, be stuck with betting $1,000. You want to come on board for 10 to get to 80? That's where it all started. I mean, Jerry, we've been doing this for how many years?
Oh, a lot of times. And originally, our $80,000 bankroll games, we were strict on that.
Real money.
Before 2003,
right,
when the economy collapsed, or 2007 it was actually, you had to have $10,000 to get on those games.
Yeah.
No questions asked. 10 to 80 was the minimum. And, now that the economy is a little bit off, we'll do the $1,000 special. So, you're right. A guy needed $10,000, and it was only a handful of customers throughout the company that could even get these games.
Right. But back then, lines of credit, people had credit cards, they had equity in their homes.
Yeah.
Getting $10,000 was not that hard.
You could walk down to the bank and take a home equity line of credit and be out of there in 20 minutes with the money.
Exactly. Nowadays, getting $10,000 or even using $10,000 is you need an act of Congress. So, listen, there's ways to make money on betting on sports. We have the answers. We don't win every game, of course. That's impossible. But you're not going to know how well we do unless you give it a shot. 888-484-4626 is the number. Great games today, like usual, right? Where you got pretty much, the third week of college football. Or was it the fourth?
It's the fourth of college, but third of pros.
Third in pros. So, already you're starting to see, the cream rise to the top as far as college football, right, Jerry?
How about Notre Dame 0-2?
I know. So, you look at Alabama 3-0, Ohio State 3-0.
Lucky 3-0.
Yeah. Louisville, that's a team that out of nowhere.
That's a team to watch.
Yeah, that's a good team to watch.
Well, they were good. We knew they were good going in, but how good? Right. Now we know they're very good.
Yeah, no, they took care of Florida State pretty easily. My God, we got spanked on that game.
Yeah.
But, Michigan, Clemson, Houston, Stanford, Michigan State, Washington, Texas A&M. I mean, the SEC is a pretty well represented.
They always have been.
Usually they're, at least in the top 10. Now you got to get down to where LSU and Florida. Florida's finally ranked. They're ranked 19th. But let's face it, their first couple of games, they play a bunch of cupcakes anyway. So you'll see their schedule stiffen up. And then as far as the pros, it's the usual teams again in the pros. New England's 2-0.
How about New England? How about Belichick? He says he doesn't need anybody. He just showed you don't even need Tom Brady.
Right.
I mean, he finds a way to plug guys in and just get it done. I got to say, I always respected the old-time coaches big. I'm a traditional guy, but you got to start to mention Bill Belichick in there with the best of them.
Yeah, no.
I've never seen anything like it. He loses Randy Moss, he plugs another guy in. He loses great guys, and he always finds a way to. I mean, he had two guys out, two major guys out, and he still managed to win that game.
Didn't play. Garoppolo got hurt, and they still wound up. I mean, it got a little close. At the end, but Miami they really didn't seem like they were ever in that game.
No.
I mean, we watch every game, and you could tell that Miami was not
never in trouble.
No. So, again, the Patriots 2-0. I mean, how about Houston now in the AFC South?
Yeah.
Look at Indianapolis 0-2. I mean, that's got to be hurting them.
Yeah.
Everybody thought, Indy would bounce back.
Especially with their quarterback, Luck.
Denver 2-0. That division's going to be hard. KC 1-1. San Diego 1-1. Oakland, big loss last Sunday afternoon to Atlanta. Everybody liked Oakland on that one. After Atlanta loses at home to Tampa Bay. And then you go into the East, NFC. You got the Giants. That's looking good. What about the Redskins? 0-2.
Yeah.
Everybody, they won the division last year. Off to a crappy start, 0-2. So, and then the South, that's a tough division. Carolina 1-1, Tampa Bay. The Saints, 0-2. I mean, there's a team where, Drew Brees is trying to get all the money. Then he's not going to get that money if he doesn't do better. And everybody else seems to be 1-1 in the rest of the league. But, a couple of surprises. Other than that, Cleveland 0-2. We saw that coming.
And I thought Jacksonville was supposed to be better this year, but
they're
look like
0-2. And they're in a tough division also. Buffalo 0-2. How about that?
Yeah.
Rex Ryan. And,
I don't like him anyway.
No, me neither. And then his brother. They're twins, aren't they?
I think they are.
That guy needs a haircut and a diet. But anyway, listen, folks. The NFL off to, kind of no huge stories in the NFL right now. But again, tomorrow's going to be a big day in the NFL. A little better matchups. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry. I thought even last week the matchups didn't seem that exciting.
No, they weren't. They didn't excite me. We made money off them, but we make money no matter who plays.
The first 2 weeks in the NFL, in my opinion,
bad, not good.
Yeah, I didn't think the matchups were anything spectacular. So, but again, I think that's the NFL. A lot of parity and a lot of change in the NFL. So, folks, listen, we can sit here and talk about the NFL and college football, baseball. Jerry quietly is picking 70% in baseball.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you come on board for the $2.99 special, I'll throw the rest of the baseball season in for free. This way, you can see how our baseball does. Whatever you make in the baseball, we won't even count.
That's a solid 6 weeks of of action.
Yeah, there's 6 weeks left at least.
And people are asking me for baseball, especially, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's not real, there's no football until later in the year where you'll start to get an occasional Wednesday game.
Right.
You'll get Akron versus Buffalo on a Tuesday night in college football. But for now, it's Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In between them, we're going to have baseball. And we're open 7 days a week, folks. So if you don't get a hold of us today for whatever reason.
Right, you can call us tomorrow.
Yeah, call us tomorrow. Call us during the week. Make sure you write down the phone number.
We're here from noon to 7 Eastern time every day, Monday through Friday, from noon to 7.
You're going to get a hold of
Saturday
somebody.
And Sunday. Somebody will be here or just leave a message.
All right, 888-484-4626. That's the number. Pick it up and let's get rolling. We got some great games today, great games tomorrow. You're betting the games. This is, the meat and potatoes of football season is right now. So, we've been at it since early August. Preseason football, another successful, August for us. So if you want to make money on, betting on sports, there's no reason why you shouldn't be calling us. We do 30 weeks of advertising. Most companies do about 20. We roll right through, college basketball, right through March Madness. And who knows, maybe we'll even be around April and May. But, you're not going to know how great this is until you pick up the phone and call us, 888-484-4626.
All right, we're going to take a break. But before we do, I want to explain the $80,000 bankroll games real quick because we didn't do a lot of explaining last week and we didn't have a big amount of calls for the code 777. It could be a combination of both. But the $80,000 bankroll games are our best games, folks. Those are the games that I bet. Those are the games Bobby bets. Those are the games we put the big money on. Those are the games that we get the big information on. And basically, the reason we call them the $80,000 bankroll games is because back before 2007, you needed $10,000 to get started. And that was strict. Nobody with less than 10 would get these games. And we would go from 10,000 to 20 on the first game. You'll bet it all. Then on game number 2, you go 20 to 40. And on game 3, you go 40 to 80. It's 3 games, not necessarily all in a row, but these were 3 games that you could bet your life on, and they would always win. And it's like, again, you could turn 10 into 80,000, and that's basically what these games are. We're doing a $1,000 special of that this week. Normally, even these games, you need $2,500 to get started. We don't even do the $1,000 special, but we're running them early in the season now because we want to get a lot of people on these games and build people up. So if you have as little as $1,000 to play with, we'll turn 1,000 into 8,000 this weekend. 1,000 to 2,000 on the first game, 2 to 4 tonight on the second game, and 4 to 8 tomorrow in the NFL. So by Monday, I'll turn 1,000 into 8,000. But you're not going to get it unless you call us. So give us a call. Use code 777. Operators are standing by. You'll talk directly to me, Joe, or Bobby, because the girl's going to take your name, and as soon as you let her know that you're interested in the bankroll games, she's going to put you right through to me, Joe, or Bobby, and we're going to let you know how to get on those games. Again, if you want to turn 1,000 into 8 or 5 into 40 or 10 into 80, then just give us a call. Use that code and get a hold of us, 888-484-4626. As I said, we're going to take a break, but I want everybody to stay tuned. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give a free game at the end of the show, so, stay tuned till the end of the show. But before we go, I want all listeners to pick up the phone. Even if you just want to get 3 free picks for today, give us a call right now at 1-888-484-4626. That's 1-888-484-G-MAN. Right now, I'm going to give you 3 free picks for today. You're going to get Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida, Tennessee, and LSU versus Auburn. For tomorrow in the NFL, you're going to get free the Broncos, Bengals, the Cardinals, Bills, and the Chargers, Colts. 6 winners just for calling 888-484-4626. You can go to the website and listen to the show. It's posted on the website right now. Go to www.jerrywins.com. Also, if you're a small player, $50 or $100 better, we got that $299 special for $299 for a month. That's $996 a day. You're going to get our picks each day, our best pick for the day, and it's a month of service in the NFL and college for $299, and I'm going to give everybody that buys that package free baseball for the rest of the season. Again, just ask for the $299 special. Any one of my consultants can get you on that, and you'll get the $299 special. And, of course, as I just said a few minutes ago, I'll reiterate it. The bankroll games, code 777. I'll hit 3 games for you this weekend, guaranteed, or the rest of the season is free. But give us a call. Use code 777 when you call 1-888-484-G-MAN, 1-888-484-4626, 1-888-484-G-MAN. It's a number. Give us a call. Operators are standing by. You're listening to the Sports Advisors. We'll be right back.
New and exciting. Sideline Swami. Sign up free. Sideline Swami. Sideline Swami, the leader in one-day fantasy sports. www.sidelineswami. Add funds securely at Sideline Swami. Choose contest in the lobby. Sideline Swami. Draft a team, enter, and enjoy. Sign up with Sideline Swami. Get a money-back guarantee. Love it after your first league or your money back. Sideline Swami. www.sidelineswami. www.sidelineswami. And right now go to jerrywins.com, JERRYWINS.com, and hit the contest button. You could win $500 simply by doing that at jerrywins.com. Do it.
I'm World Handicapping Champion Jerry Hendel, and folks, I have a game that won't lose today. So what I want you to do is this. I have my two-team parlay of the year going off today. I want you to pick up the phone, give us a call, 1-888-484-G-MAN. That's 1-888-484-4626, 1-888-484-G-MAN. I will give you my two-team parlay absolutely free, 1-888-484-G-MAN.
Hello, this is Bobby Edwards getting back to you from the Sports Advisors. We have been on fire since week one, and I want everybody to pick up the phone and call us. I have a big underdog that's going to happen tonight. It's going to be one of my best underdogs of the year. You're going to pick up the phone and call us at 888-484-4626. That's 888-484-4626. My underdogs right now are hitting 65%. If you're out there and you're losing on your own, all you need to do again is pick up the phone. I'll have a big underdog tonight, and I can tell you right now, this is an underdog that's going to win outright. Pick up the phone and call us, 888-484-4626. But make sure you do yourselves a favor. If you're gambling on your own and you're not making any money, pick up the phone, 888-484-4626. I have a huge underdog that I'm looking at tonight that's going to win outright, 888-484-4626.
Many have tried, but only one has ever accomplished it. And that was winning the Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Challenge 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He is the only man that has ever done it. Here's Jerry Hendel of the Sports Advisors. Call him for a free selection on today's action. Call him for a free selection right now to prove how strong his information is. Call him at 1-800-484-4626. 1-800-484-4626. Jerry Hendel. The only one.
And we're back. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, the nation's #1 sports investment firm. In case you just joined us, I'm your host. 3-time winner of the Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Championship. I'm Jerry Hendel. I'm joined in the studio, as usual, by Bobby Edwards. Bobby is our underdog king and Big East specialist. Bobby is on fire with his underdogs, hitting a few big underdogs last week, including our $80,000 bankroll winner, Troy, double-digit underdog against Southern Miss, beating them outright by 6 points. And we're going to throw it to Bobby in a minute. He's going to tell you a little something about Troy. But before we get to the show, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and give us a call. Right now, I have 3 free winners for everybody. Everybody that calls is going to get the winner of Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida, Tennessee, and LSU Auburn. For tomorrow, you're going to get the winner of the Broncos, Bengals, the Cardinals, Bills, and the Chargers, Colts. That's 6-0, absolutely free. Even the call is free. Call us right now. Operators are standing by. 1-888-484-G-MAN. 1-888-484-4626. That's 1-888-484-4626. 6 easy winners for today and tomorrow. Our free games have been hitting about 67%, 2 out of every 3. So just for calling us, you're going to make some money this weekend. We also got a couple of great specials. We got the $2.99 special. A month of service in the NFL and college. We'll run you $2.99. I am going to throw in the rest of the baseball season with that for free. So give us a call. If you're a small player, it's going to cost you $9.96 a day. $299 a month, and we're going to get you on some winners. And if you can't afford the $80,000 bankroll games right now, it's a good way to build up a bankroll. Many customers have started on the special, the $2.99 special, the $3.99 special, the $4.99, whatever it might be. Build up some money and then jump on the bankroll games again. That's a great deal. Just ask for the $2.99 special. Operators are standing by again. 1-888-484-4626. That's 1-888-484-G-MAN. I also have 3 games games this weekend that I personally am going to move six figures on each game. These are my bankroll games for this weekend. My bankroll games are on fire. So if you want to turn 1,000 into 8,000 or 5 into 40 or even 10,000 into 80, which is the full bankroll, just use code 777 when you call. You're going to call us, use code 777. You'll speak directly to me, Bobby, or Joe, and we'll get you on the $80,000 bankroll games. But you can't get them unless you call us. Again, 888-484-4626, 888-484-G-Man. You could also go to the website. Joe Madrano has his guaranteed pick posted there. Pay if you win with Joe. You click on it, $99 special. If you don't win, you don't pay. All right? Pay if you win with Joe at www.jerrywins.com. And also listen to the show there. If you got to get out of the car and go inside and you want to listen to the show while you're working or whatever, you can go on your iPhones to jerrywins.com. You can click on listen to the radio show. It's not going to be live. It says live, but it's not really live. It's a posting of this show, but you could listen to the show in its entirety, www.jerrywins.com. And one more thing, folks, too, before I throw it over to Bobby. We got the special. We didn't have a contest last week because we didn't have enough entrants in the contest. Go to sidelineswami.com for your daily fantasy sports. I'm giving $500 away. You go out and pick your team in a daily fantasy contest, and I'm going to give the winner $500. Doesn't cost you anything. Go there and sign up. Sidelineswami.com, www.sidelineswami.com. You could also go to my website where the link is posted. If you can't find it, click on it on the website. It's right on the front page at jerrywins.com, and it'll take you right to my contest. Go take my money. I'm going to give $500 away, but we need to have at least 100 entries. So tell your friends about it. Tell your family about it. Go on there and pick your team, and I'm going to give $500 to one of my listeners that picks their team better than everybody else. Again, that's sidelineswami.com. Bobby, speaking of the bankroll games, you had a couple of nice dogs last week, the first of which was Troy plus 9.5 over Southern Miss. That was a great call, and during our break, you had just told me some facts on Troy. I couldn't even tell you where Troy was from unless I looked it up. Talk to us about Troy and why you had them plus 9.5 points against Southern Miss.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry, some of these games that you look at, I mean, every year there's a few teams that are added, it seems like, to Division I football. I mean, we know basketball right now, there's about 225 Division I teams. I can remember in the days with Division I football, you had about 80 teams.
Yeah.
Now it's up to about 120. So, teams like Troy, where you don't have a great track record of watching them play the last 20 years, you don't really see much action. But, I can remember when a team like Appalachian State nobody heard about.
Until they beat Michigan.
Until they beat, was it Michigan or Michigan State a couple of years ago?
I think.
Yeah, they beat them outright. They were getting 30. So, here comes Troy, good solid football team. And I even thought the spread was a little low. I mean, Southern Miss at first looked like a gift laying 9.5, but then after looking at some of the stats that are available.
You told me they gave Clemson a scare the week before.
Yeah, no, Troy has been a tough team. So and that was a good game. They lost 30-24.
But it was much closer than even that.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a bunch of fumbles. It was a pretty tight game, and I'm sure Clemson was sweating that one. But this is where stats do come in as far as a team like Troy, where they had covered 12 out of 15 double-digit dogs. They covered 12 out of 15. That's 12-3.
Yeah, how many people realize that?
That's pretty impressive. They were 4-0 against the spread the last 4 games as a double-digit dog, and then 7-3 against the spread after 2 away games.
And that line opened up at 11 on that game.
So, people were starting to bet Troy, brought the line down to 9.5, and it still worked out. But, again, that's where this, what we do comes into play for people there. Nobody has the time to sit and dissect, teams like Troy, Old Dominion. When I tell you Old Dominion,
you think of college basketball.
Think of college basketball. Well, they played NC State, getting 27 points. I don't know what happened with that, but just off the top of my head, you're talking about Old Dom, and we don't ever talk about Old Dominion until it's college basketball. So this is the helpful side of what we do. We're looking at teams that not everybody might bet. Everyone's betting the top 25 teams, and we know that because we know small casino owners that have sports books. They tell us, hey Bobby, the top 25 teams are bet 60% of the money is put on all those teams
or TV games.
Or TV games, exactly. So Notre Dame is on TV every Saturday, so of course they get a lot of action. A lot of teams, a lot of people are betting with and against Notre Dame. But when talking about teams like, Troy Troy and Nevada
UMass.
and, Georgia Southern, UL Lafayette. These are teams that a lot of people aren't familiar with, but that's helpful for us. So, hey, everybody likes the top 25 teams. They're the popular ones.
And the money's green whether you're betting on Notre Dame or you're betting on Troy.
Listen, if there's a spread on these games, obviously there's an opportunity to make money, and that's where we come in. And my clients didn't care if they got Troy or they didn't care if they got Oklahoma or Ohio State. So as long as we're picking winners, the important thing is that people have to understand to be able to sit here and dissect all these games today and come up with just one winner is hard. Try to come up with 3 or 4 winners, and most people, when we speak to them, they're betting 5 games today, right, Jerry?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody says, "Oh, Bobby, my favorite team is this." I'll ask them, "Who do you like today?" And they'll wrap it
at
off.
Least 5 games.
Yeah, at least 5 games. So that's a tough way to make money doing this, unless you have the parlay cards and you got to win 5 out of 5 to even make any money. But for what we're doing here, trying to pick those 1 or 2 games on a Saturday, it's important that you get on board with somebody like us because we're going to help you win these games. We're going to help tell you why we have a team like Troy or Georgia Southern or a smaller school. I mean, people must think we're nuts that we're not betting Alabama every weekend and and Michigan and all these big schools. I mean, listen, we like to bet those schools. Oklahoma didn't exactly treat us that well last week, but again, you got to put the games out there that we really like,
right.
And a lot of times the information comes to us and it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But if you don't pick up the phone and call us today, you're never going to really realize what's the potential for you to make money on sports betting. You could sit there and listen to us every week and listen to how well we're doing. Listen, this is a positive, upbeat show. I mean, there are games that don't work for us, but for the most part, there's a lot of teams out there that we'll look at where nobody else is going to bet like a Troy and make money on it. 888-484-4626 is the number. If you want to get in on this, whether it's Troy or we're betting Alabama, this is the right move to make. It's early in the season. Don't call us then another couple of weeks when you're down $5,000 or $10,000 or 500. Get in the game now. Let us do it. I mean, some people it's a pride thing, right, Jerry? Some people
everybody
just
wants to be right, but listen,
they're like, Bobby.
Everybody does what they do. The point I was going to make is, if you're a doctor, all right, I'm not going to go and if I get sick or I get a cold, I'm not going to go try to cure myself. I'm going to go see a doctor. He knows what he's doing.
Right.
I have a lot of doctors that are clients. They don't have time to sit there and dissect everything. Doctors work more hours than anybody to make a living now, probably 80 to 100 hours a week. So they don't have time on a Saturday to pick up a newspaper, especially doctors that work on a Saturday. So they rely on us, just like you rely on your stockbroker. I don't go and buy stocks without talking to my broker because he knows all these companies. I don't have time for that. I spend all my time picking football winners. So again, everybody does what they do, and you all specialize in what you do. Even if you're a truck driver, you drive a truck for a living. You don't have time. This is what we do for a living. So let us make you some money. My stockbroker and I had a contest a couple of years ago, and I took $10,000 and invested it in the market. And I let him do whatever. I said, I don't care how many stocks you buy with it. You could, do whatever you want with this $10,000. If you lose it, I'm not going to get mad at you. And then he gave me $10,000 to bet the games. Well, at the end of the season, his $10,000 was $200,000 when I finished with it. My $10,000 that I gave him was about $11,400. So I made $1,400 in 20 weeks, and he made 20 times his money in what I gave him. So it's an exciting way to make money. The action is every day rather than sitting there and watching a ticker on a stock market. To me, that's boring. When I get my thing in the mail, your what do they call it? Your thing for your stocks, your portfolio in the mail. I don't even look at it till the end of the year because it's up 1,000, it's down 1,000, it's up $5,000, it's down 5. I don't look at it. At the end of the year, I want to see what the bottom line is. This here is week to week. You got action every day. It's exciting. I had a guy last week. He was a doctor. He said, "There's nothing more exciting than in 3 hours I made $10,000."
Yeah.
This is the excitement of it. And by the same token, I'm giving him an extended income. He's making more money. He's making as much money on my games as he's making working.
Yeah, now let's face it, we do it for the excitement, but we also do it for the monetary value, and we've been in the market for years, and it's nice. It's gone up. I mean, it's a pretty so far it's been a pretty good year in the market. I don't know what it's up, but it's it's slow and steady, and you should have money in the market, just like you should buy real estate. And everybody says buy real estate. We've taken a bath on some real estate.
No, but it's in a course of 15, 20 years, you're going to make money.
But we're talking about right now making money in 3 hours, turning $10,000 into 20 20
money
into
that you
40.
can spend on groceries or mortgages.
This is money you'll have in your
money
hand.
you'll have in your hands by Monday.
Right. Now, folks, we're not the casinos, so when you call us up, we don't take your action. We want to beat the casinos. So, we'll, explain to you what's the best way to go about betting these games if you're not coming out to the state of Nevada.
Never bet before, call us, because we'll walk you through everything. I mean, we'll walk you through everything from A to Z, so you don't have to really guess on anything. We'll set you up with the games, it's a package that works for you. And listen, everybody's not the same. I always tell people, don't bet your mortgage money on these games. It's not what we want.
Don't call us with the last
we don't want your last
$100.
$100. You go buy groceries for your family. But if you have some money sitting around under the mattress that's not making any money, we'll double it, triple it, quadruple it for you 8 times on the bankroll games this weekend. But we don't want you to bet money that you don't have either. This is still gambling, and at the end of the day, you can lose. Thankfully, we don't lose too much, but we do have losses every once in a while as well. I mean, we don't win every single game. Just like your stockbroker don't give you every stock is not a home run. But, at least you're going to have the best shot of making money when you call us because, first of all, here's another thing. When you call your stockbroker, it's advantageous for him to buy and sell a lot of stocks because when you buy a stock, whether it goes up or down, he gets a commission when he buys it and when he sells it for you. So he's making his money no matter what. Of course, he wants you to make money. He doesn't want you to take your money and go to another broker, but he's making money whether he makes you money or not. We get paid based on performance. Once you pay us the first time, unless you're stupid, you're never going to pay us again until we make your money. So our interest is the same as you. The more you make, the more we make. So again, our interest is the same as you guys to make you money. So again, you give us a call and we'll show you how to do it. I've been doing this since 1983. That's a long time, and I'm not going anywhere. I love what I do. There's an old saying, if you like what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. I don't even consider this work, but I do work hard behind the scenes. Bobby, nobody works as hard as we do. I mean, I got still, even though I have the internet, I still have stacks of books in my office that I go through. I still do a little bit of old school work because there's still stuff that you can get if you look for it that you're not going to find online that we find out by looking through certain material that's not accessible to the public. Other than that, we work hard, but it's something I enjoy. And I know at the end of the day, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a locomotive coming at me.
No, and that's why people that are betting on their own, I don't know how, we know what they're doing. They're trying to do it on their own. They don't want to really pay somebody like us to pick their games. It's probably a pride thing, and I get it. I probably 20 years ago would have never paid, Mike Warren or Jim Feist, some of the big names that have been out there for 100 years. But after a while, I just didn't have the time to do it, and I was losing. So I figured, maybe I'll do a little bit more, studying on this. And it turned
then you
into
realize
something.
you picked the games better than your service.
Exactly. It turned into something valuable. And then it just snowballed into, you start keeping track of teams and how they do at home. And I'm a Jet fan. So, there were years where I would, watch the Jets and see what they were at home and how they played against Miami and Buffalo and New England and when to bet them and when to go with them.
It's fine if you're betting $50 or $100 a game on your alma mater, but it's a lot different when you're betting $5,000 and $10,000. Then it's not fun anymore.
Especially when you're betting 7 days a week.
And then when your team loses, you not only lost money, so you're pissed off, but your team lost, so you're even double pissed off.
Right.
At least if you bet against your team and they lose, at least you made some money on it. At the same token, you made some money. I had a guy that said he would never bet against the Packers. And I said, if you were on the side of the road with a flat tire, they would drive through a puddle or splash you. They wouldn't even stop to help you. So what do you care about the Packers if you can make money?
Yeah, I had that last weekend. Somebody said, I'll never go against Oakland. I don't even want to bet the game. We liked Atlanta, and we just, he was like, I don't care, Bobby. I'm going to be at the game. Don't give it to me unless it's Oakland. So I just said, you know what? I don't want to argue with the guy, and so I just didn't give him any
And he
game.
missed out on an opportunity because he went home miserable anyway. You might as well make some coin.
Exactly. That's what I tried to explain to him. Same thing with some Kansas City people. Everyone's tailgating. They go into the game. Bobby, don't give me my favorite team or go against it. I get it. But at the end of the day, the Chiefs don't care about you. The Raiders don't care about you. But how about you make a couple of $1,000, off of them? I mean, I do with the Jets. I go with and against them. So, if I think the Jets are
we
a
had
good
the Jets
bet,
the first
why
2
not?
times this year. They covered both times for us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Jets against Buffalo was a great game. So, there's no reason why, you can't bet your favorite team. And when they win, you feel twice as good about it. 888-484-4626 is the number. We got some great matchups today. I mean, finally, there's some great college. I mean, even the first couple of weeks in college weren't that great. So, you're going to start to see these big teams. They're going to get away from playing their cupcake schedule schedules. And
Right now, it's the nitty-gritty of the season.
You'll start to see some conference matchups. Same thing with the NFL tomorrow. You're going to start to get some better games. 888-484-4626 is the number. After we come back from break, we'll talk more about, maybe we'll throw some current events, what's going on in the world of sports, and then, of course, we'll talk about more point spreads.
All right, we're going to take a break, folks, but before we do, give us a call right now for 3 free winners. Again, everybody that's listening to the show should call us, even just if you want to get the free winners. I'm going to give everybody Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida, Tennessee, and LSU Auburn. There's your 3 TV games for today. These are the games that you want to play. I'll hit 2 out of 3 or all 3. Give us a call. We'll give you 3 free ones for today. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Broncos, Bengals, the Cardinals, Bills, and the Chargers, Colts. 6 winners, but you have to call us, 888-484-4626. Also, Joe Madrano has his guaranteed pick on the website. Go to www.jerrywins.com. You can listen to the show. It's posted right now in its entirety, www.jerrywins.com. While you're there, Joe's guaranteed pick is available. And also click on the contest. I'm giving $500 away, and it's right on my front page. So click on it. We didn't have enough players to give away the money last week, so hopefully somebody will take my $500 this week. Again, take my money. Go and play for free. SidelineSwami.com, www.sidelineswami.com. Also, for you folks that are small players, ask for the $299 special. For $299, I'm going to give you a month of football picks, college and pro, and I'm going to throw the rest of the baseball season in free. Ask for the $299 special. It's $100 off from last week. So if you're a small player, call right now, save $100, and more importantly than saving the $100, my service is worth $5,000 for the month, because what I'm going to do is make you money. I'll make you a couple $1,000. So again, $299, you're going to get the month special and the free baseball for the rest of the season. And last but not least, the bankroll games. Again, if you want to turn $5,000 into $40,000, 10 into 80, or any variation of that, I'm going to make you 8 times your money this weekend. You have to play the bankroll games, though, and you have to have a little bit more money to play these games. But if you have a little money to play with and you want to make 8 times your money this weekend, then use code 777 when you call in. You'll speak directly with me, Bobby, or Joe. And if you never bet before, call us, because we'll walk you through it. We'll tell you what you have to do to get set up. For you guys in California, it may be just jumping on a plane and going to Vegas for a couple hours. But whatever it might be, we'll tell you the best way to get involved in it. But again, use code 777. You speak to me, Bobby, or Joe. We'll get you on the $80,000 bankroll games, and I will make you 8 times your money this weekend. Guaranteed, or I'll work the rest of the season free. So if you come on board for the bankroll games today, I'll work the rest of the season free if you don't win all 3 games. Again, use code 777 when you call us. Again, 1-888-484-4626, 1-888-484-G-MAN, 1-888-484-4626 is the number. Give us a call. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, and we'll be right back.
New and exciting. Sideline Swami. Sign up free. Sideline Swami. Sideline Swami, the leader in one-day fantasy sports. www.sidelineswami. Add funds securely at Sideline Swami. Choose contest in the lobby. Sideline Swami. Draft a team. Enter and enjoy. Sign up with Sideline Swami. Get a money-back guarantee. Love it after your first league or your money back. Sideline Swami. www.sidelineswami. www.sidelineswami. And right now go to jerrywins.com. JERRYWINS.com and hit the contest button. You could win $500 simply by doing that at jerrywins.com. Do it.
Hello, this is Bobby Edwards getting back to you from the Sports Advisors. We have been on fire since week 1. And I want everybody to pick up the phone and call us. I have a big underdog that's going to happen tonight. It's going to be one of my best underdogs of the year. You're going to pick up the phone and call us at 888-484-4626. That's 888-484-4626. My underdogs right now are hitting 65%. If you're out there and you're losing on your own, all you need to do again is pick up the phone. I'll have a big underdog tonight. And I can tell you right now, this is an underdog that's going to win outright. Pick up the phone and call us 888-484-4626. But make sure before, you do yourselves a favor. If you're gambling on your own and you're not making any money, pick up the phone, 888-484-4626. I have a huge underdog that I'm looking at tonight that's going to win outright, 888-484-4626.
I'm Jerry Hendel of the Sports Advisors. I want all your listeners to check out our new and improved website. Go to jerrywins.com. That's JERRYWINS.com. JerryWins.com. Each and every day we put up a free pick. Also, you got picks from the top handicappers in the country. Jerry Hendel, Bobby Edwards, Joe Madrano, and Sal Josephs. Go to JerryWins.com. Get a free pick every day. JerryWins.com.
Folks, you have got to stop. Stop listening to your brother-in-law, your bartender, whomever is giving you game information. You know it's not working. You've got to pick up the phone and call Jerry Hendel. He is America's only three-time winner of the Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Championship. He has over 100 years' experience in his office of producing winning information, thousands of dollars in software that catalogs and stores information on games, and solid nationwide sources with weekly updated game information. So call him now and get a free selection on tonight's game, simply to prove to you how powerful their game information is. That's right, it's free. 888-484-4626. The number again, 888-484-4626. So get serious and get this free pick from Jerry Hendel, America's only three-time winner of the Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Challenge. Absolutely free, no cost or obligation. 888-484-4626. 888-484-4626. Many have tried, but only one has ever accomplished it. And that was winning the Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Challenge 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He is the only man that has ever done it. Here's Jerry Hendel of the Sports Advisors. Call him for a free selection on today's action. Call him for a free selection right now to prove how strong his information is. Call him at 1-800-484-4626. 1-800-484-4626. Jerry Hendel. The only one. The only one.
And we're back. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, the nation's #1 sports investment firm. In case you just joined us, I'm your host, 3-time Las Vegas Sporting News handicapping champion. I'm Jerry Hendel. I'm joined in the studio by Bobby Edwards. Bobby is our underdog king and Big East specialist. Bobby's on fire with his $80,000 bankroll underdogs, including a couple of big dogs last weekend. Troy plus 9.5 over Southern Miss, an outright 6-point winner, and Atlanta on Sunday plus the points, winning the game outright against the Raiders. 35-28. We're going to hear from Bobby in a little bit on his underdogs, but before that, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and call us right now. This is the last segment of the show, so time is running out. Call us right now for 6 free winners. 888-484-4626. When you call us, you're going to get Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida, Tennessee, and LSU Auburn. For tomorrow, you're going to get the winner of Broncos Bengals, the Cardinals Bills, and the Chargers Colts as 6-0. Absolutely free. Even the call is free, 888-484-4626, 888-484-GMAN. You could also go to the website where the show is posted up. If you want to hear the show in its entirety, go to www.jerrywins.com, www.jerrywins.com. And while you're there, folks, I'm giving away $500 for free. Everybody should go and join the contest. The link is right on my website. Sideline Swami is the best site out there for daily fantasy sports. But most importantly, I'm going to give $500 away for free. You don't have to buy anything. All you got to do is sign up and pick your team. And if you pick the team better than anybody else, I'm going to give one lucky listener $500. I know it's not a lot of money, but it buys you groceries for the week anyway. So come take my money. Go to sidelineswami.com and take my money. I give very little of it away. We need at least 100 players, so tell all your friends to join too. We get 100 players, I'm going to give $500 away. www.sidelineswami.com. But more importantly, folks, let me make you some money today. 6 free winners. You call us. I'll give you 6 free winners. You can make money on those. My free picks are hitting 67%. If you're a small player and you want to make money for the next month, I got a $299 special. Just ask for the $299 special. You're going to get a month of service in football, college and pro, for $299. And I'm going to throw the rest of the baseball season in free. $299 at 888-484-4626, 888-484 G-Man. Last but not least, the best of it is I got bankroll games for this weekend that I'm guaranteeing wins on. I am going to guarantee I'm going to go 3-0 on the bankroll games, or I'll work the rest of the season. You say, what is a bankroll game? A bankroll is going to make you 8 times whatever you start with. If you start with $1,000, by Monday you'll have $8,000. Guaranteed, or I work the rest of the season free. If you have $5,000 to play with, you'll have $40,000 on Monday. And more, the best of it all is if you have $10,000 to play with, I'll turn it into 80 by Monday. But you won't know unless you call us, 888-484-4626. Use code 777 for the bankroll games, and you'll speak directly with me, Bobby, or Joe. We'll get you on the bankroll games. 888-484-G-Man. 888-484-4626. And most importantly, when the operator answers the phone, use code 777, and you'll get to speak to me, Bobby, or Joe, and we will get you on the bankroll games. The bankroll games, folks, are hitting like crazy. Again, last weekend's bankroll games, we hit all 3 of them. Western Michigan -4 over Illinois, a 34-10 winner, never in doubt. Then Troy plus 9.5 over Southern Miss, a 37-31 winner. Southern Miss made the game a lot closer than it really was. Troy was winning this game from start to finish, never was in doubt whether they were going to cover the spread. And then Sunday, the Texans, even though the final score was by 7, the Texans were never in doubt in that game. They were leading from start to finish. The Texans over the Chiefs was the third game of the bankroll games. So again, folks, and then Atlanta at night, because we said there were going to be 4 bankroll games last week. A lot of people got Atlanta as well. They were plus 4.5 points. They won the game outright against the Raiders. So get the bankroll games, code 777 for the bankroll games. And Bobby, this is what, week 3 of the NFL. Now it's getting a little bit harder. I'm noticing that the lines are a lot tougher. Last weekend, the public bet 5 games heavy. They only won 2 of 5, so the public is back to 40%. Everybody bet the Chiefs loser. Everybody bet the Ravens loser. Everybody bet the Giants. They kicked the field goal to win by 3, but didn't cover the 5. Everybody bet the Cardinals, which they did win that game. The Seahawks, everybody bet they didn't even win the game. They lost the game 9-3. That was another nice underdog. And then the Chargers and the Packers, they won the Chargers and lost the Packers. So out of the heaviest 5 games bet last Sunday, the public only won 2 out of 5, which is 40%.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at today and tomorrow's schedule.
And there's going to be a surprise. You told me in the thing, I hope people don't bet this game, and this is what everybody's going to bet, and they're going to lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely tomorrow. I mean, you know when the public is jumping all over one team. You could see the line where it opens at 3, it shoots to 5, maybe back down to 4.5. And that's just a late move. Usually money is involved on something
money
like that. But, a lot of times when you see a 2 or 3 point move in the NFL, something big has happened. Maybe there's been an injury, maybe somebody gets suspended, but sometimes it's just good old-fashioned money being moved one way, and you're not going to read about that or hear about that on ESPN or your local newspaper. So, that's where we really come in handy because, we do get the inside scoop a lot of times from some of these casinos on where the public is being moved, especially offshore. We do have access to a lot of offshore companies. I mean, they don't give us a lot of information, but, there's probably a couple of hundred of these companies, scattered throughout the Caribbean. And you get an opportunity if you get chummy with one, and they'll tell you, by the way, Bobby, we got a lot of bets on this game, a lot of bets on that game.
Right.
And sometimes, it's different what they bet online, a.k.a. offshore, as opposed to what they'll bet, out in Nevada. So, and that's valuable information right there. That's almost guaranteed success when you get something like that. College, not so much. I mean, but you could tell that the college lines are going to tighten up. You're going to see less, over 20-point favorites now that these teams are going to start playing,
games.
Interconference games. And that's always the case, third, fourth week. You're in the 4th week of college already, and college goes fast. I mean, let's face it, you'll blink your eye and it'll be done.
Of course. Yeah.
So, as far as today, I'm looking, we've seen, throughout the week, I mean, the lines for today came out pretty much Sunday morning. You can almost get the lines. So they've been out a pretty good solid 6 days, and we talked about Troy in the last segment, how they've been an underdog, impressive couple of games that they've played.
Yeah.
Now today they're laying, 20 points.
To Mexico.
So, now is Troy a good game to jump on? That's where you got to call, and then we'll let you know if it's something we're even looking at. You got Louisville, big win. against Florida State. They're at Marshall, laying 25. Temple laying 27.5 at home against Charlotte. Now, there's another team like we talked about earlier where, if I said, hey, Jerry, we're going to bet Charlotte, you would have thought it was February or March.
Yeah.
So, Charlotte, not a household name when it comes to college football.
College and pro basketball, yes.
Without a doubt. I mean, just in North Carolina alone is, 30 schools. So, but now again, big day
today. They got a lot of basketball schools, too, in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. No, huge basketball state.
Probably one of the biggest, no?
Other than California, obviously, because of the state. True. But, North Carolina, definitely a lot of good schools. Even if you're looking at, North Carolina A&T. I mean, those are teams nobody even bets. But today, big day, college football. Houston's laying 34.5, big number. But, I'll tell you right now, I'll put money on the fact that next week, again, when you start to see better matchups.
You said you got a 20-point dog that's going to lose outright this week.
I got a great one, folks. I mean, I'm telling you right now.
Don't give it out. I'm
not going to give it out, but if you want a 20-point underdog that's going to win outright and shock the world today, make sure you pick up the phone. You want some excitement? I'm going to give it to you. Now, it's not going to be a team or a matchup that's going to be on, CBS at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but so what? It's going to be a 20-point dog that's going to win outright, and you will be able to bet it. There won't even be one of these added games that you see occasionally where you're really getting into, Greensboro is playing, Furman or somebody, So, big day today. Obviously, Sundays we love pro football. Everybody's betting pro football, and you're going to start to see some good matchups. Tomorrow you got Cincy and the Broncos. That should be a good one. The Broncos are in Cincy, right?
Yep.
That'll be a good game. Arizona's at Buffalo. Buffalo's now what?
Free picks. Those are both our free picks.
Yeah, Buffalo's, off to a slow start. Arizona, so, that should be a pretty good game. Dolphins, Cleveland, maybe we bypass that one. How about the Giants and the Redskins? Redskins are 0-2. Giants are home again. So, that should be a good one. Green Bay and Detroit, good divisional matchup there. Carolina, Minnesota, folks, that's probably the game of the day tomorrow. Carolina and Minnesota. Yeah. You could be seeing them in the playoffs in a couple of months. And then later in the day, the Jets are at the Chiefs. That should be a good one. Bears and Cowboys, maybe not that sexy. How about Philly and Pittsburgh, the Battle of Pennsylvania? So, listen, it's that's the great thing about it. Everybody loves NFL, and people that are just starting to get their feet wet betting on these games, make sure you do yourself a favor and call us 888-484-4626. We give games out. We get some free games for people to, kind of get your feet wet. But at the end of the day, we want you to sign up, get committed to this, and you'll see great results.
All right, we're going to wrap it up, folks. We got about 4 minutes left. But before we do, I want to explain the bankroll games one more time, and then we're going to go to break. The bankroll games, folks, they're our best games. They're the games that you want to be betting, and those are the games that you're going to make big money on. Those are the games that I bet, that Bobby bets, and these are our best plays. Not everybody can afford them, but I'll make you 8 times your money on them. The reason they're called the $80,000 bankroll games is because before 2007, you had to have $10,000 to get started, and that's what people, strive towards. $10,000 would turn into $20,000 on the first game, $20,000 to $40,000 on the second game, $40,000 to $80,000 on the third game. It's 3 games this weekend, and I'll make you 8 times your money. You need to call for them, though. And again, use code 777 when you do call, and we will get you on the bankroll games and show you how to make the big money. And again, we're here all day today. We're here all day tomorrow. If for some reason you can't call us right now, then you got the bankroll games tomorrow, the next day. You could always call us, the next day if you can't get a hold of us today. So write the number down and keep it in your pocket, and then call us when you stop driving, or call us tomorrow when you're home having your coffee in the morning. But again, call us. You don't have to call us necessarily. We'd love you to call today, but you can call us all week. We get calls all during the week too. So again, if you can't call us today, write the number down and call us whenever you can. 888-484-4626, 888-484-GMAN. That concludes our Week 3 show. But again, before we conclude the show, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and give us a call. Let's make some money today. All callers are going to get absolutely free the winner of Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida, Tennessee, and LSU Auburn. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Broncos, Bengals, the Cardinals, Bills, and the Chargers Colts. That's 6 winners for free. Even the phone is free. The call is free. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-Man. Give us a call for 6 free winners. While you're on the phone with us, if you want to continue to make money with us, we got the $2.99 special. If you're a small player, for $299, which comes down to $9.96 a day, you're going to get our best pick each day. You're going to get a game a day, $299. Just ask for that special. And anybody that signs on today for the $2.99 special, I'll throw you the rest of the baseball season. There's a good 5 or 6 weeks left of baseball. I'll throw you the rest of the baseball season free. But again, you have to ask for it. You ask for the $2.99 special when you call in. Operators are standing by. And lastly, but not least, I'm going to reiterate it, the bankroll games. Code 777, and you'll get the bankroll games this weekend, and I'll make you 8 times your money this weekend. Again, code 777. You'll speak to me, Bobby, or Joe, and we'll get you on the bankroll games. But you need to call in order to get those games. Again, 888-484-G-Man, 888-484-4626. That's the end of the show, but before I do that, one more thing. Don't forget to go to Sideline Swami for the best daily fantasy sports out there. You don't have a bunch of ringers on there like my competition. You got guys that win those contests that are professional players. There are no professional players in this game. It's all listeners. You guys are in this contest. You sign up for free. I'm going to give away $500. Now, there's 2 ways to sign up. You can go to www.sidelineswami, SIDELINE, Swami. Go to sidelineswami.com. However you spell Swami, you'll get through to us. It's SWAMI, but if you spell it with a Y, that's okay too. Go to Sideline Swami and sign up for my contest, or you can go to jerrywins.com. The link is right there on the front page. Click on it, and you'll be able to get on my contest. But again, go take my $500. Last week, we didn't have enough players, so tell all your friends to sign up. This way, we get 100 players, and I can give away $500. I'm giving it away, so you better call sidelineswami.com. That's it for the show this week, folks. I want you to stay tuned next week for the show. We're on every week, every Saturday at the same time. Listening to the Sports Advisors, folks. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you right back here next week again.